Hey, baby, it's a partnership. It's not a performance. Lights, camera, action is really not what we're all up to today. I mean, when we stood before the pastor and we pledged ourselves today to be one, we were walking away from the previous lights of our own kindling and into a new light of his kindling. And in this light, we need to walk away from the lights that lit our experiences. Yeah, don't pretend like I didn't realize that you have more milking jelly in the house than a cow farmer does, and we know what it was for. Yeah, don't pretend like we don't know that the room was filled with posters of the people you did idolize, and to those lights you did burn up and light yourself up with desire. Don't pretend like we don't have a past which had all the manner of wrong lights that you did light up your life with. But babes, today we walked into a different light, not of the light of the stars who twist and contort themselves to try and elicit a response to you. Today we've walked into a new light, one that is not about how well you can perform, but how well we can partner. Babes, it's a partnership. It's not a performance. It's not about an action that you want to do today and report your body count tomorrow. We're no longer teenagers who tick up and be able to brag out about every other encounter we've had. It's not an action. It's not a movie. It's about you and it's about me. Yeah, I know you've been boasting about your body count all along in the streets, but I'm not a body. I'm not just an assemblage of parts. I'm human. I'm emotion. And when I'm coming in today, we're coming in not just the assembly of parts, I'm coming whole, human, and entire. It's more than a performance, babe. It's not just about the actions and the things you saw in those magazines I found stacked under your bed. It's not just about the actions tucked away in some secret fantasy in your brain that has been fed with images that have been edited and photoshopped, that have been thoroughly directed and abnormally done. It is action, not just because of what you've generated from the dark recesses of your imagination. Babes, it's action that thinks about you and me, that honors your body and mine, that allows us to engage not as warriors, but as partners, not as objects objectifying each other, but as partners. Babes, it's a partnership. It's not a performance away on the lights and away from the action. It's a partnership. There are no cameras here today. There are no people to please. There's no thrill to give. We're not doing this and playing to the gallery. Granted, we walked in the wrong light for a while, and while we were still dating, did what we shouldn't do, and it felt like audit, and it felt like an auditioning all through. But we can walk away from that today and just agree that there are only going to be two cameras in this place, your eyes and my eyes, and that we will begin rebuilding it from today, because we are no longer doing this playing for a gallery we have created for ourselves out there, trying to meet and pander to the expectations for a world that really does not care, so that we can photo each other and post each other, so that the world can be able to imagine that by posting each other, everything is okay at the post, on the bedpost, by the lamppost, and in the post of our house. No, babes, we are not playing to the cameras of external. We are here for each other. And so as we shut off the cameras of our past and turn on the cameras of our eyes, we will have ourselves fixed on what truly matters, you to me and me to you. Babes, it's a partnership. It's not a performance. We are not going to try and compete with a thing that has been put together by an entire cast of directors and floor managers and script writers, and then try and be able to ruin what we have. No, we are going to direct this thing, the two of us, you and me. I'm going to pander to your directions, and you're going to pander to my direction, and we are going to take our past that is wounded and have it healed, so that we can come and look at this holy. Yes, I use the word holy in light with the word sex because I know it's not a good idea. It's actually God's idea. I know I use the word holy when I'm speaking about how we will direct this. And this makes you squirm because you feel that we are going to now suddenly walk into that limited, negative, religious view of sex. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it being directed like it was with the steamy romance of Songs of Solomon, like the authentic nakedness of Genesis chapter 2. That's what I'm talking. When it was still pure, clean, holy, and something that was not just good, it was godly. I'm speaking about aspiring the other directors who have directed our lives, the directors that we've got on the social media and on the porn sites who have directed and, yes, misdirected us to think of sex as just something that objectifies the other person. Tonight, we are firing those directors and reappointing the real director, God, then through it you and me. And together we will make a new movie, not to be posted out there, but to be enjoyed, to get better every scene as we keep building upon this marriage through the years until one day we can be able to look back and truly exclaim, we've become better actors. Not for an external audience, but adjusting to the needs and the reality of life and of each other. We've become a better cast. Not because we're comparing ourselves with the posters that once lined our walls or the horrors that lined the walls of our mind, but because we have lined our minds with truth and with purity and with nobility, that we are no longer performing, but we are partnering. Babes, it's not a performance, it's a partnership. So let's lay aside the worries of whether the flag will go up when the anthem will be there, or whether the flag will remain at half-mast when the anthem is fully played. Let's put aside all those fears about whether we will get children or not, or whether we will like it or not. It's not a score we are keeping. It's a dance we are doing. It's a tango. It's you and it's me. And for us to be able to perform at the peak today, we have to lay aside all the negativity, all the myth, all the mystery, all the mystique, and be able to allow ourselves today, like new babies, to unlearn the ills of the past so that we can learn the purity that is ahead of us. Babes, it is sex. It is seeing and experiencing you and me in the truth and the light of who we are. It is sex. It is spiritual in its exchange. It is sex. It is not just merely a spectatorship or an excitement. It is an entire package. Babes, will you allow it tonight that it is not just an experience, but it is a partnership? Let's move it from being a performance. Let's make it what it needs to be. Can we make it a partnership? Over to you in studio.